Hey guys, it's Elle. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with a Goodreads 2024 reaction to the 20 nominations. So this list went up on Monday. I'm filming this on Sunday, and this is not a blind reaction. I did get spoiled for a couple of the authors, but I'm really excited to chat about some of the authors and just react to the full list. So I actually was planning to do a video where I was going to go through the whole, my whole prediction list of what I thought was going to be on here, but then something went awry filming and the footage was not great. So I have my list, but I'm really happy with some of the books that made it on this list, and I will be coming out with a video chatting about 20 books that I wish were on the list and that deserve to be on the list according to me. But the first book I want to talk about is Wild Love by Elsie Silver. Got on the list, and I am so happy and so proud of Elsie. I feel like she has just been really working hard to market herself to a wider audience, and Wild Love is one of my favorites of the year. It is so good. It is a single dad, brother's best friend, pining, kind of forced proximity workplace romance. It is fantastic, and I am so proud of Elsie, and I'm so happy that this made this list because this is actually one of my favorites of the year, and it deserves to be on this list. I give it 5 stars. I absolutely adored this one, so I'm very happy that this made the list. Then the next one is Lies and Weddings by Kevin Kwan. I actually didn't predict this to be on the list that I wrote before the nominations came out, so I don't even know what this is about. I haven't even heard anything about that one. And then I predicted that Carly Fortune was going to be on this list with This Summer Will Be Different. So she's just kind of a women's fiction author. I don't know that much about her romances, and I think every year she gets on the list as far as she's been publishing, so I'm just kind of like meh with that one. And then I did predict that Not in Love by Ali Hazelwood was going to be on this list, and I'm really happy and excited it is because I really adore Ali Hazelwood's romances, but I think she does also have Bride on this list, which I thought this one was going to be in the romantasy category, so I'm a little confused as to why they put both on here. I would say that Bride deserves to be on this list more than Not in Love. I haven't read Not in Love, but I absolutely adored Bride and gave it 5 stars and thought it was incredible. It was so good, and I am just really happy that it got on the list because it was kind of a sensational romance across the spectrum. When it totally blew up on TikTok, of course, because it's Ali Hazelwood, but also I feel like people were starting to get into the Omegaverse genre, which I don't think this is officially Omegaverse, but people say it is and say it isn't, but it does deal with nodding, and it's a werewolf vampire romance, and it is so good, and I'm so happy that this got on the list because I absolutely love Bride. Then I did predict that Leather and Lark by Brynne Weaver was going to be on this list because people have been absolutely loving this series by her. I think it's The Butcher and the Blackbird is the first book, and I have not picked the series up yet. I don't think I will. I've heard it's more rom-com-y for a darker romance, which I'm not really interested in, and I've heard that it's kind of mid and just not amazing, but some people really like it and love the camaraderie of, I think they're murderers and they murder people, but they're also it's kind of friends to lovers, a sweeter romance. So I don't think I would read that one. But something that did surprise me that I didn't realize was a book called The Love of My Afterlife by Christy Greenwood. I have no idea what this book is. I've never heard of it until now. But it does have 30,000 ratings on Goodreads, so you can take that as you will. And then the next one is A Love Song for Ricky Wilde. I don't think I have this on my list, but I'm excited for Tia Williams. She has written some really great books that have been on this list, like 7 Days in June. I've heard is really good, and I still haven't read it, and I need to, but I'm happy that she got on the list. And there is some POC rep on this list where normally there isn't. And then the next one is How to End a Love Story by Yulin Kwong. I did predict this would be on the list. I have heard mixed reviews about this book. I've heard some people like it, and then I've heard from friends that they just really did not like this book. I don't think I'm gonna pick it up, but I've heard it's like a weird synopsis of they meet on like a movie set, and like he killed her dad or she killed his dad or something, like some weird thing, and that it's like a hate to love romance. So I have no idea what that book is. But one book that I'm so happy that got on this list is Play Along by Liz Ford. I gave this one 4 stars, but it's still a really solid book by her. And I'm just so happy that it got on this list because I predicted that this would be on the list, but you never know. And this really gained a lot of popularity on TikTok and Instagram. Rightfully so. It's a really cute married in Vegas, friends to lovers romance. It's really fun, but does have a lot of emotion in it, and it's also a baseball romance. And I really enjoyed this one, and I'm really happy to see Liz Ford on this list. I don't know if this is her first nomination or she got nominated last year. I don't know, but I'm really happy and proud of her. Okay, so another one that I thought was going to be on this list was Swift and Saddled by Lila Sage, and then Daydream by Hannah Grace. Both of these series are really popular. Swift and Saddled is, I think, a small town cowboy romance, and then Daydream, I don't know what Daydream is. It's in that Hannah Grace series with Icebreaker, and that's really, really popular on TikTok. But both of these, I just have heard not great things. So I'm not going to read them, which is kind of sad because a lot of the books so far on this list I've talked about are books that A, I don't want to read, B, I've heard not great things about, and C, like, they're just not, I just feel like they just don't have a lot of representation, which is really depressing. And then one book that I am so happy that is on this list is This Could Be Us by Kennedy Ryan. I was really hoping and praying that this one would be on the list because she was snubbed 2 years ago or 3 years ago when she did, what was it, the first book in this series? Oh gosh, I can't remember the name, but I'll put it up on the screen. And that book I gave 5 stars. I haven't read this one yet. I still need to read it. But this whole series follows different characters in this world. The first one is a divorced marriage romance and them finding their way back to each other. It's very emotional. And then this one I've heard is more women's fiction-y, very emotional as well. And I love Kennedy Ryan, and I just think her books deserve so much more than she's given credit for them, and I'm just really excited that this made the list, and I'm so happy for her. So I'm very happy with this nomination. One book that kind of like surprised me a little bit, but I'm really excited is on this list is The Pairing by Casey McQuiston. This is an MM romance. So I'm happy to see some LGBTQ representation. And I did really like one book that I read by her, which was a sapphic romance. I don't remember the name of it. It was like, One Last Stop. One Last Stop. That one was so good. So I'm excited to see her on this list, and just to see some representation is always really great. Another book that surprised me that made the list that I didn't even think about was The Cinnamon Bun Bookstore by Lori Gilmore. I still need to read this, but I have heard amazing things about this romance, and I'm really excited to read it. These are all like cozy mysteries in this series, and it definitely blew up on TikTok for fall. So I really need to get to it. I really need to read it, but I'm really happy that that got on this list. And then one book that doesn't surprise me that is on, made this list is The Paradise Problem by Christina Lauren. I predicted that this would be on this list, just because I feel like they are always on this list every single year if they have a new release, no matter what. So I'm like, meh, that's okay. And then I'm really happy that King of Sloth by Anna Huang got on this list. I really enjoyed this one. It is a billionaire workplace romance. It's really fun. I give it 4 stars. I really, really liked it. And I'm really happy that Anna made the list again. She is one of my favorites. She is a fantastic writer. If only The Striker came out sooner, then I feel like it would have been on the list and totally taken the spot for King of Sloth, which is my favorite release of her this year that she has released. But I really enjoyed this as well, and I'm really happy for her. Okay, so now we're getting down to the last 4. So one book that I knew was going to be on this list and was hoping was Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. I love this one. I give it 5 stars. It's a really, really emotional romance where the hero and heroine meet on Reddit, actually, because they both have this weird pattern in dating where they will be the person that their significant other is dating, and then they find their person right after they're dating them. So it's this like weird pattern. And so they meet and connect over Reddit about this experience that they have both experienced, and they decide to fake date each other to then find the person that they will be with, you know, for the rest of their lives. Like, they can date each other and then find that person for each other, like, you know, X out this weird curse. And so they end up like fake dating over the summer, but then it turns into kind of real dating, and they go on these really cute dates, but they're both dealing with a lot in their personal lives. And it is just such a great story. I really, really enjoyed it. So I'm very happy that Abby made the list. Okay, so I already talked about Bride, which is the next one. I loved Bride, gave it 5 stars. The last one I will talk about is the one that I think is going to win. But the next one that I knew was going to be on this list was The Rom-Commers by Catherine Center. She is always on the list every single year she has a release. She is more women's fiction-y though. But again, I haven't heard any like things about this book from bookish friends. I don't know, like a lot of the books on this list are trad published, which is fine, whatever. But I feel like there's so many more books that deserve to be on this list than Catherine Center, but I digress. And the last book that is on this list that I think is going to win by far is Funny Story by Emily Henry. I'm actually currently reading it right now, and I'm really liking it, but she has made the list every single year she has released a book. And I think she's won a lot of them. I'll have to double check, but I feel like she's gonna win. And she has, I think, the most ratings. Yeah, she has 694,000 ratings for this book on Goodreads, which is insane. But I was surprised by this list in some aspects and not surprised in others. I just feel like, is this really representative of the best books in the romance genre for the whole year of 2024? No, in my opinion, no. But I think some of the books on this list are valid, and I do agree with, and some of them I don't. So I feel like you just have to take Goodreads with a grain of salt, because the way that they pick these books is not the best way. They just do it off of like publishers pushing them and how many people are reading them or rating them on Goodreads. So I'm really excited though for my companion video of this one, where I will chat about 20 books that I think should have made the list and are the list in my eyes, which will be a combination of popular books. Some books I haven't read will be on that list, but based off of popularity and what people are loving in 2024. So that is the end of this video. A quicker video than I thought it was going to be. But I want to thank you so much for watching this video. And down below, why don't you guys leave me a star emoji for like Goodreads. And yeah, I want to know what you guys think of this list. Do you agree with some of the books on the nomination list, or do you disagree, or do you wish there was a book that was left off the list that you think deserves to be on the list? I would love to know, and I want to thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.